In today's video, we are going to be discussing about the torque of a softball swing and the projectile motion of a softball after it's been hit. We are going to show you how to maximize the height and distance covered by a softball and how to maximize the torque of our softball swing. A torque is a turning effect produced by a force, also called an angular or rotary force. To take things a step back, a force is an effect of one body on another. In this case, one body being the softball bat and the second body being the softball. The moment arm is the distance between the line of action of the force and the axis of rotation. In our case, the axis of rotation is going to be the center of Maryssa's torso. Here we have our equation for torque, which again is the product of force and the moment arm. The diagram shows us a bird's eye view of Maryssa swinging her bat. The blue arrow represents the force exerted by Maryssa in the direction in front of her. The red arrow shows her moment arm, which is the length of her bat. Since torque is proportional to both the amount of force and the length of the moment arm, torque will increase when the length of the moment arm or the amount of force increase. To increase the amount of force produced, increase the amount of force applied when hitting the softball, or have the pitcher throw it to you at a greater velocity. To increase the length of the moment arm, use a longer bat to help generate more torque. To help you get a better picture of torque, think of how wrenches are used to unscrew bolts. The smaller the wrench, the harder the bolt will be to twist off. However, once we increase the length of the wrench, the bolt becomes easier to twist off. Now we're going to take a look at how we can maximize both the height and the distance produced by our projectile. A projectile is defined as an object in freefall affected by gravity and air resistance. The projectile in this case would be the softball after it has been released, or in other words, hit by the softball bat. There are three factors affecting our projectile motion. Those include the height of our release, the angle of our release, and the velocity at which the object was hit.
Oh, you got her. Oh, that's good.
Increasing the height of release is going to take our projectile further from the ground, giving us more air time than a ball that was hit closer to the ground. Decreasing our angle of projection is going to give us less vertical projection and more horizontal projection, therefore increasing our horizontal displacement. Lastly, launching a projectile at a faster velocity will increase the amount of distance it covers in a span of time. For instance, a projectile hit at 10 meters per second will cover more distance than a projectile hit at 4 meters per second. The factors to maximize our height of our projectile also include an increased height of release and an increased velocity. However, the angle at which we launch a projectile is now going to be larger. By having a larger angle, we are going to project our projectile in a more vertical direction, aiming for height rather than in a horizontal direction, which aims for distance. Thank you for watching our video on how to increase the torque generated when swinging at a softball and how to maximize the distance and the height of the ball after a successful hit. Remember that torque is directly proportional to its product, so increasing either the moment arm or the amount of force produced on the ball will increase the amount of torque generated. Remember, to maximize the height of your swing, always hit it at a higher angle. To maximize the distance, hit it at a smaller angle. Even though we might not be able to control our height, giving us a higher height of release, we are always able to control the velocity at which we hit the ball and the angle we can hit it at.